Let's kick off our look at Priority's bank reconciliation functionality by examining the default, simplest method, which is the bank reconciliation with paper statements. We've got a preparation feature first, which is actually going to transfer all of the relevant transactions from a given bank account into a reconciliation area. We're going to select a wide range of dates. For this, you can select whichever date range is going to include all the transactions that need reconciling. In this case, we'll go right through to, say, the 30th of June 2016. And you can specify the opening balance on your bank account and the closing balance on the bank account per the statements. You also need to give the statement number and the year that we're actually recording this in, so that you can then reprint necessary statements that are created within the system. And that creates the reconciliation. So we can then actually go in to look at the reconciliation work area. Now what you'll see here is that Priority is now showing us all of the transactions that have not been reconciled on the given account, plus some totals, including the amount that we're expecting to reconcile for the chosen date range. And so we can start checking off the items to reconcile simply by checking relevant entries, just flagging the checkboxes. And that process will start filling in the totals in the upper part of the form so that we can monitor the statement amount against the total reconciled amount, for example, and the closing balance per bank versus the closing balance per ledger until we get those to match. And once we're happy with the exercise of completing the reconciliations, we can then go on and actually finalize the reconciliation from the direct activation. This will go ahead and actually make the reconciliations. So it's recording the fact that the entries in your system are flagged as reconciled. And it's also creating a replication of all of the entries into a bank statement area so that you can then print your bank statements from the system to compare back against your paper bank statements, should you ever need to do so. We can look at the reconciled entries at any time, and we'll find the entries that we actually flagged in the earlier process. We can, if necessary, cancel them to put them back to unreconciled. Because Priority has copied all of these transactions to a reconciled register, it is extremely easy to check. If we want to go back to we can flag this form, and then I've only got the one, so I'm just going to pull that one straight into the system. You can see the statement that I searched on, the only one I found, with the transactions that were on it. For your purposes, you'll have the statement numbers and the years listed in the register so that you could search on a given statement number and, or for that matter, a given date range, and pick up your statements in that way in order to check the information actually ties into the statements as you would expect it to do, having completed the process.